Okay, so we're all finished with the vocabulary now. So remember, the vocabulary can be on the final test as well. The final test as well. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take some time to talk about sentence structure and sentence types. I noticed in the Zoom class that some people, they have a pretty good grammar, but they cannot, sometimes they have a little bit trouble to make their sentences. So today we're going to spend some time to talk about how to put a sentence together, how to make some kind of sentence, okay? So you probably already know that in English, sentence usually comes from a subject, a verb, and an object. Here we have simple sentences, compound, complex, and compound complex. Today we're really only going to talk about the simple and compound, okay? We're really only going to talk about those. Maybe the next week we'll talk about it. Okay, so simple, of course, you know, simple is just going to be very easy like you guys are used to. And I know most of you can make those pretty well. And then we're going to go to compound because they're a little bit harder. And then complex. Complex means like difficult or complicated. Okay. And so that we're going to be able to build on these types, and each week you're going to be able to do more. Okay. Okay, well, you guys already know, I think, what is the subject and predicate, right? The subject generally going at the beginning of the sentence and the predicate going at the end of the sentence. So subject and predicate is sometimes called the subject and the verb. You remember that maybe from middle school or high school grammar class. So do you know what is subject and what is predicate in Korean? We'll come back to that. So subject is a Mary, predicate is plays tennis. So in English, the predicate has a verb, 동사, plus the object, right? Plus the object. So like in Korean, right, it will be a little bit different. In Korean, the object will come before that verb, but it'll still be the predicate. It'll still be the predicate. So Mary plays tennis. This is just a simple sentence. I think all of you can make a simple sentence pretty easily, right? Not hard, very simple to do. So I think I heard all of you guys making this kind of sentence when we were in the Zoom class, right? So I think we don't need too much review about that, but I want to talk about it a little bit so that you guys are able to tell the difference between those two sentences when I talk about them, right? Okay, so simple sentence, simple. A simple sentence has one subject and one predicate. Some sentences can have many, many more, and they're really complicated and have many punctuation and many different things happening in them, but a simple sentence just has one. So those are easy to make and easy to think about. And when I speak in Korean, then I can think about them pretty easy in Korean too. They're like a baby sentence, but we use them all the time. I'm hungry, right? I'm tired. Are you happy? These are all simple sentences. Simple sentences. And if we can just build our vocabulary, we can make like every kind of simple sentence that we want. Okay, so one subject, one predicate. 주어와 수로, right? These are subject and predicate. Okay. Simple sentence. Observe how one simple sentence is constructed or how it's made. We went to San Juan yesterday. San Juan, if you don't know, is a city in Puerto Rico. So, where is the subject? Where is the predicate in this sentence? I'm sure you can already guess. The predicate is beginning at the verb went. Okay, so our pronoun is we. You know, pronoun is, of course, the word that takes the place of a noun. So, I, me, you, he, she, it. We talked about that a bit, maybe in week 3, I think. Then, that's part of the simple subject. In fact, it's the only word in the simple subject. Next, we have a verb, 동사, right? It's the past tense of go. And then we have a prepositional phrase. So the preposition is like to, on, under, to San Juan, which is the object of the sentence. And that whole part is the predicate. So not too hard to figure out. As you can see here, we can make any combination of sentences just with having enough vocabulary and knowing the preposition that we need. And the preposition, yeah, just to be clear here, the preposition is to. It's like about direction, where something is. In Korean, your prepositions, well, they're postpositions. It's like a, at, and so on. But in English, they come before. They usually come before in English, not after, like they do in Korean. Okay. So, again, subject, predicate, Mary plays tennis. One subject, one predicate. Simple enough. Another one, let's make it a little bit harder. Let's make a compound subject. Compound. So compound means like together, right? Together. So Tom and Mary. Tom and Mary. Tom and Mary what? Tom and Mary play tennis. Tom and Mary play tennis. It's still a simple sentence, right? We just put together the two nouns, Tom plus Mary. And our predicate is still simple. We have the verb play and tennis. Now we can make it a little bit more complicated. We have a compound subject. We can also make a compound predicate. So Tom and Mary play tennis and swim. So play tennis and swim, it's talking about two actions, two verbs, play and swim. Therefore, that is a compound predicate. It's putting together two verbs in the predicate, two verbs in the predicate. So it's not really complicated yet, right? It's not really complicated yet. Simple sentence with the compound subject. Tom and Mary play tennis. Tom and Mary play tennis. So we already said before, simple sentence, still simple sentence, even though it has a compound subject. Simple sentence with a compound subject and a compound predicate. Tom and Mary play tennis and win. So if you look at that, what would be a simple sentence with a simple subject and a compound predicate? Do you know? Well, yeah, you could just say Mary plays tennis and swims, or Tom plays tennis and swims. Then it would be a simple subject with a compound predicate. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit more about compound sentences. Compound sentences. So a compound sentence has more than one part that can stand alone. These are called independent clauses. Independent clauses. Independent clauses are connected by conjunctions, adverbs, or semicolons. That looks kind of hard, right? Kind of difficult to understand, but we're not going to talk about all of those today. We're just going to talk about a few of these today. Not everything, okay? We're not going to talk about all of these today. So don't get too confused yet. Next week we'll do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until you understand everything. Okay. Right now though, well, let's just focus about independent clauses, right? Independent clauses. Let's just focus on that for the moment, for right now. Okay. So compound sentence, we went to San Juan and most of us danced all night. Well, yeah, that's a little bit harder, right? So San Juan, Puerto Rico, famous for kind of special kind of dancing, similar to Spanish flamenco, but a little bit different if you're familiar with that. So we went to San Juan and most of us, who danced all night? We, well, not only we, but most of us danced all night. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas happening in this sentence. So my goal is you can make this kind of sentence very easily by the end of this lesson. You can make this kind of sentence very easily by the end of this lesson, okay? Okay, so we is the subject, and the verb is went, past of go. The prepositional phrase is to San Juan. So we have a subject and a predicate all here. Ah, that's pretty easy, right? Then we have the comma. We have a comma here, yes? We have a comma. So focus about that comma. It separates the coordinating conjunction, which is this word and. It's not a noun, it's not a verb, anything, it's just and. It's called a conjunction. Actually, it's called a coordinating conjunction. That means like controlling. It controls the sentence, but you can just say conjunction. That's what we learned in elementary school when I was a kid, just conjunction, okay? So we've got a comma here and a coordinating conjunction. Most of us, the subject, most of us danced, verb, past tense, all night. So it's a modifying phrase. It tells how we danced or where we danced or the way that we danced, okay? And all of these things are part of a predicate. All of these things are part of a predicate. So I want you to think now about your week or your weekend. Think about your weekend and think about what you did. What did you do on your weekend? Where did you go on your weekend? Who did you go with on the weekend? Okay. So thinking about that, you might say, my friends and I had a party at my house. My friends and I, subject, had a party, verb, at my house, prepositional phrase, conjunction, and we cooked pizza together. We, subject, cooked, verb, pizza, object, together all night long. Okay. Me and my friends had a party at home and we cooked pizza all night long. Okay? So now you try it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to make you do for homework. That's what I'm going to have you guys do for homework, okay? So let's think about compound sentences and the use of coordinating conjunctions and, or, and so on. Okay, subject, predicate, and subject, predicate. So it joins them together, right? It makes them join together. So Tom swims, comma, and Mary plays tennis. Switch it out with anything you want, right? Jim walks to school and Soo-hyun takes the bus. Of course, once you have the vocabulary and the thought in your head, we can make unlimited sentences in every language, right? Compound sentence coordinating conjunctions. So we can use for, and, nor. Nor means not. It means kind of the same like not. We didn't go to the restaurant, nor did we go shopping. We just stayed at home. But, or, yet, and so. So compound sentences with coordinated conjunctions. Tom swims and Mary plays tennis. So clause 1 is Tom swims. Clause 2, Mary plays tennis. They're both independent. Independent, like in Korea, doklim, right? Independence means free. They're both free from each other. They don't need each other to make sense. They do need the conjunction and to join them together, though, don't they? Compound sentences with coordinating conjunctions. Tom swims and Mary plays tennis. So the comma comes before and in compound sentences, as we said a little bit earlier. The comma comes before and in the compound sentence. And another way that we can make the sentence compound is with a conjunctive adverb, okay? A conjunctive adverb. Do you remember we talked about adverbs a little bit? So conjunctive means like join. Junk is like a join. And adverb is busa, right? It talks about a verb. So moreover, however, otherwise, therefore, these kinds of words are conjunctive adverbs that can join the sentence together. Like I think in Korean, like therefore is like daraso, and things like this. Hajiman, in these things. They can join two different subjects together. Or two subjects and predicates together. Okay. So for instance, a word such as moreover can join sentences together here. It means kind of like also and another thing. So Bob is handsome, moreover, or also, he's rich. Okay, so clause 1 is independent and free. Clause 2 is independent and free, and they're joined together with that adverb moreover. Okay, so pretty simple, even though maybe you didn't hear the word moreover. However, you can know that how it can be joined together. Okay, another way, say compound sentence with the conjunctive adverb moreover. Bob is handsome, moreover, he's rich. You see a semicolon before the conjunctive adverb and a comma after the conjunctive adverb. So semicolon is this, okay? So it comes before the adverb. Sometimes in English, sometimes native speakers really forget them a lot. So if you can get this, I think you will do very well on TOEIC test. Okay, and then the comma comes afterwards. All right, it comes after it. Okay. So conjunctive adverb in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. Bob is handsome, semicolon, moreover, comma, he is rich. Bob is handsome, semicolon, he is, comma, moreover, comma, rich. That's a little bit harder. I don't expect you to do that one, but I want to show you it anyways. And finally, Bob is handsome, semicolon, he's rich, comma, moreover. Wow, that's a lot, right? The first one is the only one that's really important, but I wanted to show you how different kinds of sentences that we can make if we can use these correctly. Okay, so for your homework, what I want you guys to do is I want you to write 5 compound sentences about your favorite kind of weather and how it makes you feel. Okay, so if you look at page 39, open your book and look at page 39, 39, there are some different expressions about the weather. So we use the word it when we talk about the weather. So it can be used with a verb or an adjective. So if it's with a verb, it often rains in Korea. It's snowing in March this year. Okay, it rained a lot yesterday. It was windy this week, right? There was so much wind, really a lot of wind, right? Or we can use it with the adjective. Okay, it's cold outside right now. It was humid yesterday. It's frosty today. It's cloudy today. Look outside your window. Tell me, what is the weather like right now? Right, we're going to use that word it with it. Why do we do that in English? I don't know why we do that, but that's what we do. It's just the way that we speak, right? Okay. In the present continuous tense, okay? So we're going to talk about the present continuous tense a little bit more in next week, okay? The present continuous tense is used to talk about something that's happening right now. It's raining now. He's studying for the midterm exam now. Or for verbs that end in E, we replace it with the ing. The sun is shining right now. I'm having a bath right now. Okay. So we're not going to talk about that too much right now. It's a kind of basic English thing, but it probably will be on your final exam. Okay. But for now, I just want you to think about your favorite kind of weather, and I want you to write 5 compound sentences about your favorite kind of weather, and hold on to it because we're going to use it in our Zoom class, okay? So not simple sentences, you need to actually write full compound sentences, right? With more than one subject and predicate. So like I might say, I am a winter person. I love going out in the snow, comma, but I also like to go to the beach in the summer. So you're going to, in your sentences, you're going to write 5 of them, and you're not just going to say one idea. You're going to say many ideas in each sentence, okay? Okay. So some of you guys worried about the test. Don't worry. I didn't finish grading it yet. I have to grade your essays, but I will do that as soon as everybody finishes the test. And then you can see your score, and we can talk about the answers next week. I can show you what all of the answers are next week, okay? So again, guys, I get lots of emails now when it's test time. It's hard for me to answer them all. It's very, very confusing. I can't remember everything. So, But if you have a problem, you have a question, please message me. If you have a question about the test, please wait until I have done the score for everybody's test, because I don't know what your score is yet until I have completely finished grading it, okay? So bear with me, wait for me, please. It takes a long time. I have like 200 students. Most of you guys, you didn't send me too many emails in Global English about it, but some students are very, very worried about your grade. I looked at it, most of you did pretty good. I think one of the sad things is I think I have a really good group of students in Global English this time, but I don't get to see you guys very often. So don't forget, we got a Zoom class coming up in 2 weeks. Please have a camera ready and be ready to speak for the next Zoom class if you want to get all of your points. And please prepare your 5 compound sentences about your favorite kind of weather or how you feel in different kinds of weather. Okay? Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. And again, if you have any questions about anything, please send me an email, or if it's very, very important, then you can please send me a Kakao Talk if it's not too late at night, okay? Okay, guys, take care of yourself. Hopefully spring is coming next week. Fighting!